to pray. There's no angels where I go, only pieces that are broken, scattered dreams across the floor. I'm home.
Alrighty, hello everybody, this is Kirusha here. Now then, with that being said, let us continue. Whenever we last left off, we had Night Eye discover and actually talk to the scientist. He has mentioned the name Overhaul, which everyone is not aware with, and do not know. Them being quite unaware of this. He would just say that he's aware that he may be part of an underground organization. He was already somewhat investigating a case about him. However, after digging in more and finding out that he does work in the underworld and has certain information about the virus, this might actually prove to be one of the best things he can ever know. Because it could possibly mean that he's trying to create something. Either to defend himself against that villain, or just get out, or just in general. So either way, it would be bad to not investigate, or at least try and make contacts. Now, after saying that, this is whenever Overhaul, he would get a phone call, or at least told by one of his men that they have a little message. Someone wants to meet with you, boss. Which Overhaul doesn't understand. Now, this is whenever he would walk into the next room and he picks up the phone, finding that he is talking to a woman. The woman would just say that her name is Elizabeth. You may have heard of me. Ah, yes, well, I'm going to need you to be a little bit more specific. I'm kind of busy at the moment. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't state my full name. My name is Elizabeth Green, as Overhaul immediately just chokes on his coffee, asking her exactly why is she calling him. She would go on saying that she has a little bit of a proposition. The heroes, they are going to be asking you or trying to contact you soon. They want you to make them something. I'm not sure exactly what this is, but it will not be good against any of us, any of the evolved. However, there is one thing I want you to know. There is a boy named Izuku Midoriya. Have you heard of him? Yes, it's kinda hard not to. The kid's face is plastered all over the news for snapping the neck of a pro. And, well, that girl he's with, yikes, that was terrifying. Can't imagine having your best friend's face stare you down as they kill you. Not even that, she didn't even finish the job properly. That was a bit horrifying. So, what exactly do you want me to do? Well, your research on the virus is unlike any other. I do believe that you are experimenting on that virus. And I would like to know, are you using the standardized Blacklight Virus or a blood sample? How would you even, or are you using the White Light Virus? The what? Ah, I see, so you weren't aware of that part. The military do like to keep their secrets, but this one I thought you would at least know. Alright, now I'm interested. Please continue. Alright, well, the Blacklight Virus, she would give the explanation and then say basically the exact opposite. You can edit any side effect in you want, but it's more streamlined. It's designed to be that way. Now, the pros, they will probably contact you soon. However, I'm going to be sending this boy in your direction. Ask him for a sample of his blood, and I do believe you fight some of your subordinates. I'm not sure, but at least try to get someone to fight him. Don't hold back now. Given the opportunity, that boy would likely kill you. But that's just where it ends. Now, let us cut over to Deku, while Overhaul hangs up the phone and goes back to his research. There we go. Deku, he is having a bit of trouble. For one of the first nights in forever, he's able to actually sleep. But something is off. Whenever he's dreaming of a different life. He's not himself. He's living through a memory that isn't even his. Or it is? It's kind of weird, but things are melting together. It's like someone put a picture over another one, but you can see both. Things are there and you can tell, but they seem mixed and cobbled together. But this is worse than that. It's like you just kept stacking photos on top of another. And your memories are just jumbled and smashed. Now, Deku, he's dreaming. Not his, everyone's. Collectively together. As whenever he does finally wake up, he wakes up screaming. As you have him in a cold sweat. Ochako, she would just ask Deku if he's okay. They are still in Aldrin. Deku, he's just been laying on the couch, as the music is still playing. The generators here, they were built to last, but they at least need to turn that off. Deku would walk over through the darkness and turn it off, as Momo would just ask exactly why aren't they tired. He was just sleeping. Well, it's a bit different. Your guys' first meal was an evolved, and then a behemoth. Our first meals were basic people. Or, well, his was. Mine was more hunters. Okay. That doesn't explain anything. Well, you have to let me get to it. Over time, the infection, it caused our bodies to go without sleep. As long as we continue to eat biomass, we can stay awake. Sometimes. I think we're still human. It would explain the reason why part of us still needs to sleep, but also explain why we still need to eat. However, that just might be the virus's instinct. Oh, I think I'm understanding it a bit better, as Momo would somewhat try something. She would hold out her arm as she goes to use her quirk. As soon as she does so, this is whenever an entire book would just pop out of her hand. And she's a bit confused. That was instant. Okay. Well, do you feel hungry? No, actually, I don't. Well then, that probably... Try again, as Momo can continue to do so. Until it gets to the point where she actually does feel physically tired. And Deku can understand. He would just say that from what he can piece together, this is a bit more... Well, it's kind of unprecedented. She's able to use her biomass instead of her body fat now, which seems to be impressive. Kendo, she's still having trouble figuring this all out, saying that she doesn't understand. She keeps playing through this guy's memories, but they just don't stop. Besides, he just keeps screaming. Oh, you're having trouble. Oh yeah, that's right, they do that. Listen. That's gonna happen for a while, but for right now, let's just get back to base. As Deku would tell everyone that. He would message Kirigiri, and Kirigiri doesn't respond. Eventually, someone would just text them saying that Kirigiri is asleep, but he can wake him up. As Kirigiri would open a portal. They would all walk through it as Kirigiri would tell them that if they're going to be awake or need his help, please let him know first, so he doesn't get woken up in the middle of the night, as he would turn, walking back to his room. Now then, this is where they would just do one thing. Deku would walk over to the door as he opens it, asking Kirishima if he's okay. Kirishima doesn't respond, as Deku would tell him that it's been a couple days. So, are you ready to eat now? As Deku would shine a light in, finding that the man is not there. He would just think that that's confusing, as he would open the door. As soon as he does so, Kirishima would try and throw a punch at him, as Deku actually does see a claw on his arm. Deku would immediately take a step backwards as he smashes his fist into Kirishima's face, sending him flying across the room. He would just tell Kirishima not to do that. It is not easy. Besides, if he really wants to die that badly, I can absorb you now. As he sees Deku hold up his hand, saying that if he really wants to die so badly, then come at him. Now, I have a bit of a plan. This one, it's going to be not more of a plan, but a public appearance. As he would immediately turn around, saying that you two, you know how to manifest clothing already, correct? Right. Still need to teach you to that. I've just been teaching you. Now, he would just tell Kirishima to try it. He doesn't understand as Kirishima would just use his quirk. Deku would watch his arm harden and actually have the virus wrap around it, as he manifests claws, looking extremely badass. Deku realized that the mutation may have benefited him the most. He would just tell him that this is going to be new, but not unprecedented. So, as he would just motion Kirishima over to him, saying that their little plan is to join Heller, but still be on the League's side. The information I'm going to give you, it's in here. As he would hold up a phone, saying that this is some military guy's phone. The password is this, so you guys are going to be talking with Heller and the other me. The what? There's a version of me that, surprise, surprise, was made by twice. Who? A guy who can basically duplicate me. Now listen. It's still me, so it's going to probably kill you if you fuck up. So, I need you to leave and go with him. Talk with him and try and get on his good side. Over here, we're going to be trying to contact someone. They've actually tried reaching out to the League, and it's a bit weird. No one really likes to do so, but he's at least found a contact. Or at least my contact. So, this is whenever Kirishima, he would just understand, as a portal would open up, and they would walk through. Deku turning his head, asking Kirigiri why he didn't go back to bed. Well, I wanted to stick around. I saw you heading for that door. And I know you don't like waiting for plans, so I might as well do that before I get interrupted. Alright, well, as Deku would just bring his hand up, waving, saying that, thank you, and you're dismissed. Alrighty. As Kirishima, Kendo, and Momo would walk through, finding the other Deku standing on a rooftop, as they're a bit confused, asking exactly why he exists, or who he is. He would give a simpler explanation, saying that he is, well, Midoriya, or at least I'm not going to get into the simplistics of it, or any of that bullshit. Huh. You're a bit more laid back than I thought. Well, yeah. I don't get any of that memories that guy has absorbed since then. Okay, well, that's neat, I think. Yeah, we're basically two separate people. No, well, he says that this is whenever Deku, or fake Deku, would introduce him to Keller, or Heller. After walking down the street and heading to the headquarters, the Evolved would be staring at them as they're a bit more confused, seeing that there's so many of them here. Yeah, believe it or not, whenever he did that little stunt in the other city, kind of awakened some of us. Awakened? Well, whenever he made that gas and threw his hands into the ground and tried luring out the heroes, he kinda infected some of the people there. Then, even at the sports festival. Most of us are from that, but we just haven't gotten a handle on these yet. As they would walk into the building and see hundreds of people being confused. They'd just be in shock, saying that they can't believe there's so many people in the red zone. Well, yeah, we call this place Project V. Why? Well, Project Virus. It's basically telling you that everyone here, they're all the same, but we're not different. You can wear any face you want, be anyone, be anything. No one really cares. As long as you got money or biomass to trade, then this place is your home. It's also the one place we all come to stay away from Elizabeth. Elizabeth? Yeah, as Deku would turn his head, saying that she is the main problem. They're trying to take her down. Or we're trying to take her down so that we can at least live free. She is our biggest obstacle. And alright, now, sorry about that, guys. There's going to be a cut there, but Heller, he would walk up and just say that there is another problem. With them being celebrities here, since they were all at the sports festival, people may try and find out what your mutation is. But that's another thing. No one ever exposes what theirs are. But with your quirks being public, then that means that you are at least somewhat targeted on those, well, based on those. Although this kid, though, he's a pretty big one, along with me. Why is that? Well, people have seen our abilities firsthand. If someone tries to kill you, you gotta kill them first. Find out what their mutation is, and survive. This place, it sounds cheerful and great, but it's not. Think about it like this. You're in a slaughterhouse. And not only are you one of the butchers, you're one of the cows. Any point you can all turn on each other. The only reason this place is in a war zone is because we all hate that bitch so much. Elizabeth? That's her. That's the one. The only reason why none of us try to kill each other. Occasionally. Sometimes. Every other Monday. It's the main reason. Sometimes she'll try and come in here and attack us. But we usually attack her too. This kid, as he would immediately just put his hand on Deku's back, saying that he's able to get close to her without her trying to kill him. However, that's somewhat changed since they've been in the red zone. This kid has nearly gotten killed a couple times, so it's no surprise. Now, this is where Deku would just say that it's not really that big of a deal. Elizabeth, she usually tries to stick to her own devices. Her plan, however, is a bit different. That is something she's never revealed to him, which is a bold lie. This Deku knows part of it. The other Deku, our real one, knows the entire thing. Now, Heather would just say that they have another problem. The military is coming in, which would confuse the Momo, Kendo, and Kirishima. They would just ask exactly what he means. He would just say that the only reason they don't bomb this place is because they think that there's still civilians left. If they knew that we were all infected, they would try and kill us. But a lot of people here, they are able to pass as normal, along with the other settlements around the city. They still think they can reclaim it. Now, another thing. They think we feed on those people, but we don't. So they want to take us down before one of us does. which usually means it's a great day to die. Now, he would immediately just walk past them as they do see him turn his armor on. Kirishima being completely intrigued by it, because it looks stronger than the one Deku has. It's bigger, got more claws, and it actually does have tendrils that you can shoot from around the collar to most of the area. And the hardened skin is actually harder and covers the entire body. As Kirishima would just say that that's insane. What is that? I would just say that if he sticks around long enough, then he'll learn. But for now, we fight. As he would immediately just jump away. Kirishima being a bit more interested, he would try and jump. He would begin running forward and he would actually do so, as he loses control, flying into the distance. He would harden his skin as he goes smashing onto the top of a building. People still somewhat looking at and staring at them. Kendo would do the same as she would try taking off. However, whenever she does take a step to leap off, her entire calf muscle just grew 20 times its size, basically. Or at least, inside did. The tendons felt so compacted down, it felt like she just jumped off of a spring. And she nearly created a crater. She actually did, whenever she looks back down. Her being able to launch off that much is insane. Now, Momo would give it a try. As whenever she does so, she actually does create a glider to assist herself. Which people are, what the fuck by? Or just thinking that that's crazy. So these kids, they might be the strongest ones here, besides Heller and Deku. Deku would hear that comment as he would turn his head, saying that that's not possible. I'll always be the strongest. As some people would laugh at Deku. Him immediately jumping away and actually landing on the building onto his feet. Now, as that happens, Deku or Heller would just say that it's time to fight, as they would see helicopters in the distance. Heller would walk over and actually pull up an air conditioner, as he immediately chucks it, throwing it into the helicopter. As Momo, Kendo, and Kirishima, they are forced to do this, as Deku is taking care of a specialized guest. Back over, or not Deku, the heroes are taking care of a specialized guest, as now, the heroes are actually trying to figure out something about one of their guests. Or at least, that's not what you can call it. As we walk into a room, Sir Night-Eye staring into this container. It's large. In fact, the pro-hero Midnight, she's residing in it, as she just stares down. She would just hold out her hand, ask, and just do one thing, as a red mist fills the entire area. Now then, as the red mist fills the entire tube, it would shrink and begin to form words that are just floating in the liquid, asking why is he here. He would just say that he has found a bit more information, but he's at least sorry. She is considered to be property of both the Hero Association and the government, but that is not the case. We have a bit of a task for you, which is whenever the letters would just spell out why and why. Why should I care? Well, you see, it's a bit more important. I'm not, as you've seen, I look away, somewhat hesitant to give this information. He would just say that they understand that she's been getting fed biomass of creatures, or at least animals. So just regular food, just in mass quantities. He would say that this is going to be different. They need to go after, or at least she needs to go after, a woman connected to Izuku Midoriya. Which is whenever you just watch as Midnight immediately begins to move forward, actually putting her hand onto the glass, somewhat trying to smash through it. Seeing her getting all riled up and actually angry at the mention of that boy's name. Now, he would just say that she needs to find and kill Midoriya. She's been seen around the city, but no one really tries to mention her name. Or at least she's trying to stay under the radar. As you can see by the pictures, as he would immediately just hold them up to the glass, saying that she's been trying to disassociate herself from her son, since she's been getting backlash and hate by some civilians. So, they have her in contact, or at least they had her under the supervision of the police and hero organization. Until 32 hours ago, she was missing from our custody, and nowhere to be found. She has told us that she is not comfortable being here or in our custody, so we cannot hold her. However, this is more dangerous. This girl, or as he would say, this woman actually, she's connected to the living virus, the bringer and harbinger of death. If they can bring her in and get a blood sample and try to find a genetic trait that they can exploit in Midoriya, this will be the best thing they can. But it's a bit more than that. She deeply cares about her son, so she may not give us the option. I am not saying for you to consume her before you ask me. As you see Mount Lady somewhat scowl. Or not Mount Lady, Jesus. Midnight. She would just say that, then why? Because that boy is still a monster. But you still care about family, don't you? We think that she may have been in contact with him before. Now, this confuses Midnight, as why would you stay in contact with someone you're trying to get away from? Now then, with that being said, that is where I'm going to be leaving things off of, guys. I do hope you enjoyed. It just came to my mind. One more thing. Apparently, during the whole hostage situation, I went back over the footage, or video footage. I went over the video and I saw that I said Miss Joke instead of Midnight. That is my bad. And I'm going to correct that at the beginning of the next video before I begin. So, for those of you who stuck around, at least right now, first off, thank you for watching my videos. I'm happy you guys enjoy it. And second off, it's amazing that I can even do this. Because